Hello children, we need to understand the relation between image distance, object distance and focal length from the previous classes, and from that example we have studied and we saw before. So for this we can understand the relation between the image distance, object distance for the formation of real image and focal length. So for that we need to understand the relation between them, and in the reflection lesson also we have obtained that one, the relation between the image distance, object distance and the focal length. So at that time we are calling that one as mirror formula. Now here we are going to see lens formula. So for this, consider an object OO dash placed on the principal axis. So object OO dash here we are taking, which is placed on the principal axis in front of a convex lens. Let I dash be the real image formed by the lens. Real image formed by the lens on the other side of it. So here I am considering convex lens, children. This is convex lens, and the object here we are taking behind center of curvature. So we know, we already studied about this, how we can draw ray diagrams for different situations. So behind convex mirror here we are taking, behind center of curvature we are taking the object. So the ray which is coming parallel to the principal axis will refract through focus, that we know, and the ray which is going through optic center will not deviate. So that's why these two rays are intersecting at a point. So we are marking that one as I dash, or I dash, or I1 also you can take. So I dash is the image here, children, and in between focus and center of curvature we got that real image. So this is inverted. So from the previous classes onwards we got this information. So this is image here and this is object. So I think you got this, and from this figure previous also we have obtained like this, like that only here we are taking the values this side are positive. Why? Because the incident ray is going like this. Here OP is the object distance. So OP is the object distance U, and in this direction we are taking values minus. So here OP is the object distance, and PI dash and PI is the image distance plus V here we are taking. Why we are taking plus values here means in the direction of incident ray direction these are positive values, and opposite to that means here object distance we are going to take as so minus. So for sign convention we need these positive and negative values where we have to take, that we need to know. Yes children, next from the figure, so consider the two triangles P dash F1. So here P dash F1, P dash F1 triangle I am considering. So P dash F1. So this one is F1. So I am considering, children, I am marking that one with this. So here I am considering P dash F1. This triangle I am considering. So I think you got, this is the right angle triangle, and another triangle I am taking F1 I dash. So this one. So I am considering these two triangles, children. These two are right angle triangles. So one right angle is similar, and also here we are taking the common base. So one right angle on the common base these two are, and one side is corresponding similar. So one right angle at 90 degrees here, and two bases are on the same base and heights. So like that we can consider, children, these two are similar from RHS criteria. So that we know from the theorem, corresponding sides of the similar triangles are in the equal proportional ratio. So from that theorem I am writing the corresponding sides here P dash and I dash are the heights of the two right angle triangles, and PF1 and F1I are the bases of two similar triangles. So I am writing from that theorem, I am writing this equation number 1. And if two triangles, this one is the reason for the children. So from figure we can observe. So PI is equals to PF1 plus F1I we can write. So PF1 plus F1I is equals to PI. So that's why here we got, if we transpose PF1 to right hand side, we will get F1I is equals to PF1 minus PI minus PF1. F1I is equals to PI minus PF1. So I think you got this, children. So substitute this F1I value in equation number 1. In the place of F1I, I am substituting F1I is equals to PI minus PF1. I am substituting in equation number 1. So I am turning the paper, don't get confused. So like that I am substituting. So I substituted that one. So put that one as equation number 2. Similarly from figure, here O dash P. And one more triangle I am considering, children, right angle triangle PII dash. So these two triangles I am considering now. This one and PII dash. So this one. So here I am using this figure, children, because I am turning the paper. So here I am using that diagram. And similarly from figure O dash, from figure O dash P and triangle PII dash. These two are right angle triangles. Right angle at here, right angle at I, and here right angle at O. So same as it is, I am writing the corresponding sides of the two similar triangles are in equal proportional ratio, like that. O dash by I dash. These two are sides of the two similar triangles, and PO by PI. These two are the bases of the two similar triangles, right angle triangles. But we know O dash is equals to P dash, because these two are the parallel lines. So in between two parallel lines the distance is same always. So like that the two lines are parallel, means here we are getting P dash by I dash is equals to PO by PI. I am substituting in the place of O dash P dash, I am substituting. So put that one as equation number 3. So from equation number 2 and 3, observe, children, left hand side is same. So we can suppose to write right hand sides as same. So we can write like that. So here I am comparing RHS of 2 and 3 equations. So like this. Then I am rewriting LHS as RHS and RHS as LHS. By taking reciprocal of this equation, we can write PI by PO. Reciprocal I am taking, children. Here also we need to take reciprocal. PI minus PF1 by PF1. I am just writing reciprocal to this equation. Next, if we separately write these two terms, if we can write like this, so we can write like that. So like that, here we are getting PI by PO is equals to PI by PF1 minus PF1 by PF1. Here these two are same, so we'll get cancel. So here we'll get PF1 ones, PF1 ones. So then PI by PO is equals to PI by PF1 minus 1. Here 1 we got. So then we can write, here I am writing, here we have PI, children, here we have PI. And if we want to take PI common, means I am writing like this. I supposed to write, we can write like this, PI by PI. This is also equal to 1, because denominator and numerator same. So like that I am writing PI by PI. In the place of 1, I am writing PI by PI. So here I am taking common PI. So 1 by PO we got, because I am taking common as PI. Here also PI common I am taking. 1 by F1 minus 1 by PI. So PI from left hand side and right hand side will get cancelled. So we got finally this one. So 1 by PO is equals to 1 by PF1 minus 1 by PI. If we transpose this one to LHS side, we'll get 1 by PO plus 1 by PI is equals to 1 by PF1. So according to sign convention, I am substituting values here. From the figure, PO is equals to minus U we know, and PI is equals to plus V we know. Just I am substituting those values in that equation. So this is the length formula, children. 1 by V minus 1 by U is equals to 1 by F. This equation is called length formula. It can be used for any length, but sign convention must be needed. According to the sign convention rules, we need to substitute the values. Then only we will get the proper relation for length formula. So we need to follow this formula for understanding previous example whatever we have discussed. So thank you, children.